wake up and decide to take in your overflowing bookshelves just to think, wow, I haven't read 190 of those. Unfortunately, that's me. The last time I counted, I had 243 books, of which I have read 53, leaving me with almost 200 unread. And unfortunately for my books, I am at max capacity and I'm running out of space in my room. And it's spring, so you know what that means.
Nope, no idea.
Not really.
No.
Spring cleaning. So here's how the unhaul will work. My goal for today is to choose 40 books to unhaul. And since I love my books so much, the 53 I have read are being granted immunity. Unless I really hated them, then it'll make it easier to add to the unhaul. I actually have not thought out what books I want to get rid of. So I do have to look through every single one and decide reasonably why would I want to keep it and when would I read it. I think I'm going to let myself unhaul a few books that I do plan on reading, just not anytime soon, because I can always buy them again. But it's also a safety net for if I never end up reading it. Now my main bookshelf looks pretty good. It's pretty organized. I haven't moved anything around in literally years, but my main goal is fixing this. There's 2 more stacks behind the ones you see. As for my second bookshelf, she is full of dust and books that I will never read. I'm guessing the majority of the books will come off of this shelf. Hey, let's get started. Okay, I sorted through the first shelf, but I still have a lot to go. I'm not even at 20 yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if I have to come back to this one. At the start of this video, I expected to barely, if even, hit 40. And now my bookshelves are so bare because I picked 49. This is the first big unhaul I've done and I have no idea what to do with these books. So most of them I just had to be honest with myself. I've had them forever and I either forgot that I had them or I have zero intentions of reading them. But there's a lot, so let's get into it. First is the Xmas holidays. I actually bypassed it the first time going through this shelf because I didn't see that it was there. That's how not real this book is to me. The Unhoneymooners. I'll be honest, I have no interest in reading this. I bought it when I was in my whole book talk. I had never read a book before. I was just going based off people's reviews. I don't even know what it's about. Love Light Farms, following the same trends, bought it because of book talk. The Summer Girl and Bad Girl Reputation, both by Elle Kennedy. I have too many of her books for having read none of them, so if I really liked the first book in this collection, I'll buy them again, but I don't foresee reading it anytime soon. Also by Elle Kennedy, we have The Score, which is the third in the Off-Campus series. I'm keeping the first 2, but I really don't need the third. Terms and Conditions and Final Offer. I have not read the fine print. I know it's supposed to be an amazing series, that's why I have all 3 in the first place, but again, haven't started it, don't know when I will. Savage Lover, Sophie Lark. I've got a few dark romances in here just because I really don't like them. I'm keeping the first 2 to this series, but there's 5 books in total and I don't think I'm going to like it. Hooked. I actually do want to read this, but it is a big series and it's a little bit of a commitment that I am not ready for yet, and it's just been taking up space. I know that I'll eventually rebuy this one, but for now I'm comfortable with saying goodbye. Hunting Adeline, which is a big chunk of a book. I'm keeping the first one just in case, but I don't think I'll even be able to finish it. The Trouble with Tinsel. Again, something I did not know I had, so it was an easy grab off the shelf. Consider Me and Play With Me. I bought these impulsively off of Amazon however many years ago. These covers don't even exist. I keep forgetting that these books exist. So if I ever do want to read the series, I'd rather have them matching. And I also just don't think I'm gonna read it ever. November 9th by Colleen Hoover. I did want to try it and read it, but I just don't like her and the book seems a little boring to me, no matter how many decent reviews I see on it. An Ember in the Ashes. I know that this series is allegedly really, really good, but it's just too much for a fantasy series for me. I can't consume very much fantasy. Plus, I know this from a friend who has read this. The last book in the series does not exist in this cover that this is a picture of in paperback, and I hate hardcover. From Blood and Ash is another very thick fantasy series, very long, and I'm a little confused by how the reading in order works. This will actually be the second time that this book is given away, because I did receive it from a friend who got bored within the first 10 pages. These ones hurt just a little bit. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and Gallant. I love V.E. Schwab so much, but specifically this one has been sitting on my shelf forever. I just do not feel like reading it at all, and this one doesn't interest me as much as when I first bought it, so I'm kind of pairing them together to say goodbye. Things We Never Got Over. I have had zero intentions of reading this series even the day that I bought this. It's just such a long series and I'm genuinely not interested in it, and I think I just bought it again because of the book talk pressure. King of Wrath and Twisted Games. I'm still keeping the first of the Twisted series because I want to read it eventually. Same with this one, but I got it as a gift, and in the middle, as you can see, it literally came like this, where it will not close all the way. Like, there's always gonna be that split, and it's bothered me since I got it. Following the Dark Romance, we have Promises and Pomegranates. Again, there's just so much going on in the series that even if I liked the first book, I wouldn't want to pick up another one and another. Priest. This one just kind of gives me an ick now. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I got this book for $2 online, and I love Casey so much and I love their writing, but this I've never even thought about picking up. I just kind of added it in because it was $2. Normal People. This is the only book out of all 49 that I have read, and I am getting rid of it because I hated it. I was incredibly bored. I hated the writing style. I can't stand this book. 1,000 Boy Kisses is a book I forgot that I even had. I never hear about it. I never think about it. I don't want to think about it. Holly Jolly Cowboy. No. The American Roommate Experiment. I am keeping The Spanish Love Deception. If I like that, I will try out more of her books, but I've genuinely had this and The Spanish Love Deception for years, so I think I might force myself to read the other one just to do it justice. Dead Dead Girls. I found this in a little library, so I will definitely be returning it there. I remember really liking the plot when I first picked it up, and I wanted to try something a little different, but I never touched it. I put it on my secondary bookshelf. It's just not gonna get read. And They Lived is one of those that I was so excited to read, and it's just been sitting there for so long, so I think it's time to say goodbye. No One Needs to Know. I think this may have been in my last video. I really have so many thrillers and mysteries, and this one is just not screaming out to me at all. The Shadows Between Us. I don't remember how I came across this very shiny copy, but it has sat on this bottom part of my bookshelf in the back for so long that I'd rather do it justice by sending it to a new home. This was also in my last video. But the only one left. I don't even have much to say about it other than I just don't want it, and I think that's completely valid. Same thing with Butcher and Blackbird. I thought that I would want to read it so bad, and it's just not happening. Neon Gods, following with the dark romance path, clearing it out. Hidden Pictures. It's one of those where I was really excited at first, and then as time goes on, I just find myself caring less and less about it. A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I knew in the haul that I filmed that I was getting rid of this. I just can't. I don't know why I bought it in the first place. Grayson's Vow. I thought I was really unique for buying this at first, and I thought that it would be such a good story, and I liked the plot, and now there's just nothing that's screaming out to me about it. Mr. Wrong Number. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I love Lynn Painter, but I did buy this one only because it was technically first to The Love Wager, which I really want to read. Since I surpassed my goal by 9 books, I might choose to keep this one, but I'm gonna keep it in the pile for now. The Secret History. I want to say that this is hard for me to give up, but realistically, I don't think I'm going to read it. I'm a little intimidated by it, purely based on what people say online, and also the text. The font size is like 2. The Undetectables. I feel so bad. I feel like I would love this book so much. I might take it out of the unhaul pile. I've had it for so long and I just have literally never picked it up. It's never crossed my mind of wanting to read it. One of us is lying. So now that it's the second time of being considered for an unhaul, it should probably fully be gone this time. Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I've given this book so many chances and it has failed me every single time. I have technically read the majority of it and I just can't. A very old copy of Animal Farm that I got in my early years of high school, I think. This is A Quiet Goodbye. Tantric Coconuts. I think this book is adorable. I love the cover art so much, and I think that's the only reason I've held on for so long. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about the plot, and it's been on my secondary bookshelf, so I never see it and I just never think about it. The Death Cure. Only getting rid of this one because I have another one in better condition. Same with The Hunger Games. And last, but definitely not least, 6 Crimson Cranes. I have been wanting to read this since I got it, I think in 2022, but I do think this is one where I would need it in paperback to fully enjoy it and going forward with the series. So I think once I'm ready to, I'm just gonna get it in paperback, which makes unhauling it a lot easier. It's always bittersweet when I have to get rid of books, but I know it's for the better. Not only have I always had this general overconsumption issue, but a lot of these were from my first era of reading when I didn't know how to find books that I liked. I didn't know that I could form my own opinion with books, and I had money that didn't need to go anywhere else, so I was buying like 15 books a week. I can thankfully say that I have mellowed out since then. I do not spend nearly as much money on books, but I'm hoping that this will clear the path for me to fill my shelves with more things that I will actually read. The goal is obviously to not buy any more until I read a few more, which I don't think will be as difficult as it has been in the past. I really do not know what I'm going to do with all of these books, but some of these did come from little libraries in the first place, and I definitely plan on returning those ones to libraries, plus a lot more. I will probably make a short / TikTok about that. My camera is about to die, which I think is perfect timing. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this inspired you to do your own spring cleaning and donating of sorts, whether it's for books, clothes, whatever it may be. I know I have a clothing issue as well. But now it is time to drop these off to their new homes. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!